Hi, and welcome to a review of function notation. So function notation is something that we use in Algebra 1 almost pretty much the whole year. We use it in Algebra 2 and Algebra 3 and pre-calculus. If you go to college and take a math, has to be college algebra, you'll see function notation there. So why not practice it now and get really good at it? So then we have something that's easy in math as we look forward. All right, so we see find the value of, we see an f parenthesis 2. We read this as f of 2. Now, I don't think that probably makes much sense unless you remember it before from being taught before, if you were. But what that means is f stands for the function. All right, so the function right now, we're looking at a graph of a function, right? So it's asking us to find what's the function's value when x is equal to 2. Now, why couldn't they just write that, right? Why couldn't they say, hey, what's the value of the function when x equals 2? Well, the thing is about math, it's a universal language, because when anybody, no matter what language they speak, sees this notation, they know what it means in their own language, right? In ours, it's what's the value of the function when x equals 2? That's the only language I speak. Unfortunately, I would love to speak more languages. So that's a cool thing. F of 2 means something, the same thing to everybody in the world. All right, so what do we do with this? First of all, we're looking at a graph of a function. This is a quadratic function, which we're going to learn a lot about this semester. In Delta Math, you may see absolute value graphs. You may see squiggly, crazy graphs. It's okay. We're just practicing what function notation is telling us to do. All right, so f of 2 means when x is equal to 2, where's y? Another way to say it is, hey, if we were a little person standing on 2, and we look to see where the graph is, we would look down and we'd say, oh, there's the graph right here. How tall is the graph? Well, the graph apparently is underground. The graph is at -5. So for this answer, f of 2, it would just be -5. That's all we're doing. Okay, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying this, but let's say, instead of saying f of 2, we could say, where the f is the graph when x is 2? Or where the f is the graph at 2? Okay, I don't know. I didn't say any bad words, but that's just basically saying, hey, find 2, stand there and say, where the f are you, graph? Where are you? So there we are. We're right here, which is at -5. All right. Whoops. I just stepped on my mic. All right. I know this sounds like really basic, but for some reason, students struggle with this. Even students in my pre-calc class struggle with it. So let's do it again. Okay. Find the value of f of -2. That's just saying okay, I should probably stop saying this, but where are you, graph? Where are you, graph? At -2. So let's be a little person. We're just walking along, little person, and we stop right here at -2. And we're like, where are you, graph? Well, we look down. It's underground again, and it is at, whoop, at -9. All of our answers are going to come from the y-axis numbers, all right? Always, when we do function notation, the answers will come from one of these answers on the y-axis. All right, let's do it again. All right, where are you, graph? At 5. Okay, so we're a little person, we're walking around, we stop at 5, and we're going to measure the height. This is what I like to say, measuring the height. Now, in the previous ones, they were negative, so it just was somebody underground, which, okay, let's just stop. But if I said, hey, how tall is the graph at 5, we would look and we'd see, oh, here's the graph at 5. How tall is it? It is 4 inches, 4 feet, whatever the 4 stands for. All right, so hopefully this is making sense. You're going to get so much practice with this in Delta Math. And this is really just something that the more you do, the more you understand. I can talk and talk and talk, and it's really about you doing. So where's the graph at -4? I'm going to be a little person standing at -4 saying, where are you, graph? Oh, there you are, right here. How tall are you? You are 6 inches, 6 feet, 6 yards. I don't know. You are 6. All right. Same thing, we're going to play the same game here. We've got an absolute value. It's a kind of upside down B. If we kept this arrow going, it would look like an upside down B. And so we're going to be a person at -5 and say, where are you? Where the F are you, graph? All right. the graph is at here, right here at 6. I know, right? It seems so easy. Why do students get these wrong on tests? I mean, they just do. I'm not sure why, but we are not going to. We are going to practice so much on Delta Math, and these are going to be super easy for us. All right, here's function notation, right? We see it. It says G. Oh, no, I can't do my joke anymore. Where the G are you, graph? Sometimes functions, usually we'll see functions as f of x, all right? But we can label functions g of x, h of x, these are the top three. But any letter, m of x, right? And so in this case, they wanted to show you, hey, not so fast with the effing, let's do the g, all right? So the g, where the g are you, graph? At -1. Except for, oh no, we don't have a graph. Instead, we have an equation of a line. Right? It's telling us our function, g of x is our function, is this line 2x plus 4. Now, we could, in fact, you know what? Let's just do that real quickly. We could graph this and find it that way. Oh, gosh. So our y-intercept is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have a dot there. Let's switch colors. And then my slope, I'm going to kind of cheat here a little bit. I'm going to put in some more. So our slope is up 2 over 1, right? And if we want to go the opposite way, it's down 2 over 1, and I'll be right here. All right, so there we go. Quick little line graphing. So we could do this. If we felt like doing this, once again, it's the long way. And what if they give us a function that we have a little bit of trouble graphing? But let's just find our answer anyways. Where the G are you, graph? At -1. So I'm going to stand at -1, a little person, and I'm going to look up, and I'm like, oh, there you are. You are at what? 1, 2, 3. So we know our answer is 3 from graphing. But we want to be able to do function notation algebraically without a graph. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to pick a different color. Let's go with orange. And we're going to say, OK, this is the equation. All right? So instead of my little person standing on -1, we're like, well, you know what? Actually, we've always said, why are we standing at -1? We're standing at -1 because x equals -1, right? Remember at the very beginning I said, what did I say? I said, did I keep it down? I erased my writing. F of 2 is what's the value of the function when x equals 2. So I don't know if you wrote this down because I know I erased it. So this number here is telling us what x is equal to, and then we're supposed to find where the value, what the value of the function is, which is the y value, right? So let's go and let's do this. They gave us an equation, and they're saying, hey, x is equal to -1. Let's go ahead and plug -1 in where we see x, and let's see what we get. So we rewrite the 2. We plug in the -1, we rewrite the plus, we rewrite the 4, and we go ahead and, oh, why is this not giving me the same thing? Let's see, up to, oh! Okay, big colossal fail, because when we pick up our calculator, right, and we put this in, we get 2, and you're like, Miss Overby, we got 3 graphing. Now, when I was graphing, you may have noticed that I made a mistake, and so I did. So that's okay. I'm not going to stop and start over again with the video. Mistakes are what they are. So let's go ahead and fix it. I'm going to go ahead and force my y-intercept. I go up 2 over 1, but I said go down 2 over 1, and what did I do? I went, oh, I made another mistake. I started at 5 instead of 4. Oh my goodness. I'm making this over the summer. Do you think that was a bad idea? My brain's like, Miss Overby, me, go home. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's try again. So my y-intercept is 4, and I'd go up 2 over 1, but I can also go down 2 over 1. So there we go. At -1, where am I at? I am right here at 2. All right, sorry about that. And if you were yelling at me like, Miss Overby, you made a mistake. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. All right, so what's our answer? 2. So let's see. The next one also we could graph. Let's see if I can graph it without making a mistake this time. Let's put a few little things in. Let's switch over to here. My y-intercept is 2. My slope is up 2 over 1. I'm going to keep going because it's going to want to know where's the graph at 2. So let's go another So up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. There I am. All right. So I did it with a graph, and it's saying, hey, where the G are you, graph? When x is equal to 2. All right, there's my 2. I'm a little person, and I look up, and where am I? Wherever that is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so my answer should be 6, doing it the graph way. Now let's do it the shortcut. Let's get orange. Hopefully we get the right answer again. Basically, where the GRU graph at 2, we can do without graphing. That's my x value. I'm going to plug that in. See, right here? I'm going to plug that in, and then I'm going to rewrite we had a lot of 2's, right? Put this in the calculator, and I get 6. All right, we're going to practice this a lot, and if you're having difficulty with Delta Math, I will definitely help you. Thanks for joining me, and we're going to keep working hard together on this.